Good morning everyone, Iain from RTO here. Welcome to a St Patrick's Day special. I'm even wearing a green t-shirt. So today everything on our shows today, then and now, and the album artwork is all to do with Irish music. So what I've done, I was taking a band from Northern Ireland and a band from the Republic. So we're going to start off with a band called Ash. They are from Northern Ireland and they were formed in Downpatrick in County Down. So why did I choose this band? Well, Downpatrick, it's not far from my mate who lives in County Down, and it's also the burial site of St Patrick himself. And there we go, there's a picture of his grave. You thought that'd give it a little bit more spectacular considering he's the patron saint of Ireland, but there you go. It's in Downpatrick Cathedral, so if you're ever over in Northern Ireland, it's always worth a visit. Get some stunning views from the top of the hill. So there you go. So, as I said, they were formed in 1989 by vocalist and guitarist Tim Wheeler, bassist Mark Hamilton, and drummer Ricky McMurray, and they were a three-piece band. They released a mini album called Trailer in 1994. We'll have a look at that at the end, but because it's got basically it's their singles, but we'll look at that at the end. They were very successful. That album was very successful, so they recruited Charlotte Hatherley as guitarist and vocalist, and they've got a bit of a cult following. I've sort of heard of them, and they're pretty good. So let's have a look. So their debut album is called 1977. It was released on the 6th of May 1996 by Infectious Records, who they'd signed to do their trailer. So as I said, it's Mark Hamilton who plays the bass, Rick McMurray on the drums, Tim Wheeler is guitars and vocals, and it was produced by Ash and Owen Morris. First track on this album is called Loose Control. What strikes me at the beginning of this, you get a TIE fighter and then ripping riff. What a way to start an album. Bit of Star Wars TIE fighters zooming in, and then you get a ripping track with a really strong riff and this thumping bass line that when you put it on your headphones it makes your ears go ooh. Very, very good. Next track is Goldfinger, nothing to do with Shirley Bassey. This is a good strong track, driving rich riffs, great vocal here from Tim Wheeler, and Mark Hamilton's bass is just oozing heavy. It's a really strong song. Girl from Mars. This starts off nice and gentle, but when you get these tracks, you think, hello, is it going to stay soft? No, this one doesn't. Goes straight into some solid rock. Mark Hamilton, he is a really good bass player. Really hits them strings hard. Excellent track. Let me get. I'll start again. I'll give you anything. The riff at the start of this is very AC/DC. It doesn't matter though because it sounds great. It's my favourite on the album. It's a really catchy hook. The guitar riffs are brilliant. Another great vocal. Some super drumming from Rick McMurray. Absolutely belting. Next track, Gone the Dream. Solid track, really strong sound. This one actually sounds like they're playing in your lounge. It's that clear. And Kung Fu, I love the bit of the Kung Fu bits at the beginning. It's like and all that sort of stuff. But it's very punky, and I do like a little bit of punk, and that is a really good track. Oh yeah, it's okay, but this one seems to plod a bit. It's not as strong as the other tracks. It plods along, but it's not bad. Let It Flow is another strong track. Some great guitar work, that thumping bass line. So it's something about this album, that bass line is really, really strong. Innocent Smile. This has got a bit of a U2 start, and then it goes into some guitar beginning as well. That sort of thing that you get from Muse with Matt Bellamy, like on Plug It In Bailey, Plug It In Baby. Really good track, excellent track. Angel Interceptor, probably one of the weaker tracks on the album. It's okay, it's just ordinary, nothing special. Lost in You, it's not heavy, but it's not acoustic. It's electric. It's all done on electric guitar, but we've got no reverb, not turned up to 11. It's just plugged in and a gentle sound. It is really, really good. Again, the bass line accompanies this very gentle electric guitar. Darkside Lightside, quite solid track, funky bass driving line, and the guitar and the drums sort of just entwine in this, and a great vocal from Tim Wheeler. This is a really good album. First time I heard it, I thought, wow, brilliant stuff. There's no fancy overdubs. It's just plug in, go, let's make a damn good record, and they did. So that's me, what I think of it, but what did our friends the critics think? 1977 was generally met with positive reviews from the music critics. All Music reviewer Stephen Thomas Erwin said, by sticking to that rigid rules of American punk rock pop, Ash opted for the cinematic approach to their songs, resulting in 1977 being a melting pot of pop styles. He also added loud guitars, which is right, and a distinctive melodic and energetic sound. Ox Fanzine's Joachim Hiller wrote that if the listener was missing the link between Oasis and Elastica, they should find it here. Very good comment. And Mark Jenkins of the Washington Post said, to judge only by the guitar score on the opening album, it would appear that the band prefers noise to melody, as previously shown on Trailer. However, he felt the balance had shifted on this disc, showcasing classical tunefulness over raw aggression. Can't go any better than that. All Music then gave it 4 and I'd say 4.5 stars. Alternative Press gave it 4. The NME gave it 7. The Philadelphia Inquirer gave it 3, and Q gave it 4, and it reached number 1 in the UK album charts. Pretty good. Song quality, as we look at the nuts and bolts, can't fault the songs. They're full of energy and they just blow you away. So I'm going to have to give it 5 out of 5 for song quality. Production. The thing with I think with this album, because it's a plug-in and go, that's all they've done. I think there's no fancy work on this, and it just sounds like they're playing in your lounge. You put this on really loud in your lounge. I put it through Spotify through my cinema sound thing for my TV, and it sounds absolutely stunning. So again, I'm going to give this 5 out of 5. It's just absolutely stonking. Reception went down very well with everybody. You know, even if the Washington Post says good things about it, you know it's good. So 5 out of 5. So Ash's 1977, full marks, 15 out of 15 every day of the week, because it is such a good album. Okay, as we do on a Thursday, we'll get into the time machine and whiz ourselves 22 years, and we end up in 2018 to the album Islands, which is the 7th album, released on the 18th of May. They've gone back to a 3-piece, and you got Tim Wheeler, Mark Hamilton and Rick McMurray. The production is by the band and Claudius Mittenfortofer. I think that's how you pronounce it. So let's have a look at the tracks on here. First track is True Story. It's okay, it's standard sort of track. There's nothing wrong with it at all. The second track is Annabel. A really good song. Again, we've got the Mark Hamilton bass line still there, driving the songs along. Great guitar solo from Tim. Really good track. Buzzkill. Strong, just like from the first album. Good rocker. It's got that rawness to it. Absolutely brilliant song. Confessions in the Pool. A little bit different, this is. Got some nice bass line on this. The drums are a little bit different as well. Different sort of sound. A little bit of keyboard in there, but it really adds to this track, and it's pretty decent. All I Have Left, it's very Muse. I'm going to compare it to a Muse track. Yeah, it's definitely something off like Plug-in Baby again. It's a bit radio friendly. It's probably the most commercial song I've heard by Ash. So it's all right. It's not brilliant. Then we get Don't You Need Love. Now this one is really good. Now this reminds me of the band Athlete, or another really good band who we will be looking at this year. I love that song. I love Athlete, so I like that one. Somersault, quirky, very quirky tune with a bass line that blows your brains out. Excellent track. Did Your Love Burn Out? Favourite on the track. It's just got a funky bass line, but a heavy funky bass line. It's not pure funk, it's heavy metal funk bass line. So rich. The drums are so powerful on this, and Tim Wheeler's guitar work is fantastic. Good track. Silver Suit, very solid. A little bit different again. It's a good track. It's a trap, solid enough but not outstanding. Is it true? I think it's one of the weaker tracks on the album. Bit of a filler, I think, that one. Incoming Waves just lacks something again. It's a little bit hollow. Again, I think it's a bit of a filler. It's a very good album. I don't think it's got the same integrity as the debut album. It's certainly better than the previous album. But it's a shame that they've sort of tried to clean up their sound, because I prefer Ash as this raw, heavy band. You can still keep your rawness, but use the modern technology to keep it raw. That's what I think of it. But what did the critics. This album received generally favourable reviews from the critics. Metriatic, which assigns as a normalisation rating of 100 to reviews from mainstream people, gave it 73 based on 9 reviews. Drowned in Sound reviewer Mark Burrows called Islands unmistakably, from that very first note, a new Ash album. That was Ash's most consistently and enjoyable full-length album since Free for All Angels. He liked Wheeler's knack of earworm, which often delivered 3 or 4 Velcro hooks per song. Classic rock writer John Islewood said the album finds the band in a rude health, rediscovering and building upon what they made them so appealing, while taking themselves into new places. Island is the sound of Ash's liberation. Alan Core wrote, the music was pushing the same cylinders as an earlier and more intimate work. He called the release another fine album. Islands is a fizzy sugar bomb of great tunes primed for an endless summer. There's some really good reviews. So All Music gave it 3 stars, Classic Rock gave it 4, Drowned in Sound gave it an 8 out of 10. God Is In the TV, never heard of them, but they called it favourable. Louder Than War gave it 7 out of 10. Music OMH 3 and a bit stars. The NME gave it 4. Pop Matters favourable. RTE 4, and Up the Radar gave it gold. Minute stars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 starts. What do the fans think? In the Irish charts, got to 34. The Scottish charts, number 1, and in the UK charts, number 18. So let's look at the nuts and bolts of this. Song quality, still good songs. Not as good as on the first album, I don't think. But I'll still give it a 4 out of 5. Production, again, I think it hasn't got that rawness, sharpness, but it's still well produced. So I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5. Reception, again, it went down very well. It's not a bad album. I'll play it and I like it, and it is, as some of the reviewers said, it's their best album for a little while, and so I'm going to give it a 4. So it's 4s all round, so that gives Islands a total of 12 out of 15. So obviously 1977 is the winner today. So let's have a quick look at the rest of their albums, because there are some really good tracks on these. So 1998 we had Nuclear Sounds. By this time they'd recruited Charlotte Hatherley on guitar and vocals, who joined Tim Wheeler, Mark Hamilton and Rick McMurray. First track on it is Projects, then we get Lower Ebb, Jesus Says. Now this track reminds me of that. Remember that song by Plastic Bertrand, Sans Plan Moi, Sans Plan Pour Moi, Sans Plan Pour Moi. It really reminds me of the beginning of this song. Really reminds me of that track. Pretty good track. I really like that one. Wild Surf, another good track. Then we get Death Trip. Love the guitars on here, because you've got the 2 guitarists. It really sounds rich. It's got some mystery to it, and it's a great vocal. They sort of both, Charlotte and Tim, sort of interplay with each other vocally. Folk songs okay. Numb Skull is quite a fun track. Burnout, solid. Aphrodite, pretty good. Fortune Teller, strong riffs in this one from both Charlotte and Tim. Excellent track. I'm Gonna Fall, love Charlotte's vocals in this, very nice. That was the last track on that one, so we go to 2001 for Free All Angels. Walking Barefoot, pretty good solid track. Shining Light. It's just that, it's that generic rock sound of the early 2000s. Everyone was doing it. It's good though. Burn Baby Burn's pretty good. Candy, another good track. Cherry Bomb, proper rock this is. Screeching guitars, thumping bass lines, crashing drums. This is Ash of Old, Crash Bang Wallop, noise, but very good noise. Submission's a good track. Someday, Pacific Paradises, little short thing. Shark, pretty cool. Sometimes, solid track. Nicole is good. There's a Star. Now this is a really good one. Got a nice track, and it's got some string arrangements in it that which adds an extra depth to this track. Fantastic stuff. World Domination, more of the punk rock sound that they're really good at to end the album. Come 2004 then, we've got Meltdown. Title track's the first track. Meltdown, great vocal from Charlotte. She's got a very distinctive voice. Pretty good. Orpheus is a cool track. Evil Eye, solid. Clones, Mark Hamilton's bass line's so strong in this. It's sort of, it's the thing that you hear the most on this. It drives the song. Star-Crossed is good. Out of the Blue, another good track. Renegade, it's okay. Detonator, galloping drums on this. Strong riffs. Excellent track. On the Wife, it's okay. Won't Be Saved, it's okay. Vampire Love, the highlight for me on this is the Wah Wah. Last track on the album. Next album was 2007. By this time Charlotte had left, so we're back to Tim, Mark and Rick. I Started a Fire, it's alright. You Can't Have It All, again it's okay. Blacklisted, alright. Favourite track on this album. The funky bass line for Mark Hamilton as ever. Polaris, Palace of Excess. End of the World, really good track with a fab solo. Ritual. Shadows, again very good track with a great bass line that really drives this. It's a bit slow, but the bass line is fantastic. Princess 6, Dark Stormy, Shattered Glass, and they're alright. They're not the best tracks. Twilight of Innocence, really good track, bit different. The beat's a bit off kilter though, but the keyboards add to this track. Then in 2015 we get Calamo from 2015. This is a little bit flat, this album, I'm afraid. Cocoon, Let's Ride, it's okay. Very generic rock. Free, it's okay. It's got a catchy tune, and that's all I'll say about it. Go Fight Win, it's okay. Moondust, one of the mellowest tracks they've ever done, but I love the strings on this, and it's a really nice song. Now Evil Knievel, this is an instrumental, and what I like about this, now during the 1960s there were a lot of just instrumental bands, you know, like the Shadows. This is pretty good, and this has got little bits of Knights of Sidonia from Muse. I like what they've done to this, and it's very, very good. Hedonism's alright. Dispatch, some great riffs in that. Shut Down, and then Eternity's a bit wishy-washy, doesn't go anywhere. Bring Back the Summer, I don't know, this doesn't sound like them at all. I don't know what they were doing. It's just awful. So that's the albums. But I said at the top of the show that we'd have a quick look at this little mini album that was released in 1994 called Trailer. Basically, it's the first 3 singles and 4 B-sides. The band considered it a trailer for their future debut album, and proper proper album and named it accordingly. So you got the first three singles. Season was first one on there. This is very good track. It's rawer than 1977. There's lots of distortion on this. It's great. Jack names the planets. There's not much difference between this and Season, really. Same riffs but different words. Intense thing, really good. Got a guitar solo that is so raw, you could cut your fingers on it. It's absolutely brilliant. Let me get Uncle Pat. Lots of driving riffs in here. Would you believe it? But right in the middle of my little script that I use, Apple have come up with a blooming update thing. Go away. Stop it. We'll have a look at that later. Where was we? Intense thing. Yes, we've done that. No, Uncle Pat. Lots of driving riffs on this. Oh, I've been put off by that. Ooh. Get Out. This is punk. It's 1 minute and 29 of punk. Brilliant. Petrol. Pretty solid. Raw rock track. Plug and go stuff. Obscure thing. Everything's been turned up to the max on this. It's raw, it's noisy, it's brilliant. Okay, well, that's just a little look into Ash. Now, if you would like me to do a full album ranking, where we go through the tracks and I'll rank it, you know what you have to do now. Put it in the comments below. We'll be back later with some album artwork. And we are going to be looking at U2's, the whole lot, plus a few of their from their own personal stuff. They've got a website that you can get albums, but I've got them, and I'm not even a member, so don't ask how I got them. But I've got them, so we'll be looking at them because they've got some pretty good covers. And then tonight at 8 PM live stream, weekly update. Come and join us for that. Well, we can talk about what we'll be doing next week, what's been going on the channel this week, keeping you updated on how far I've got with your requests, and anything else that pops up on the evening. So if you come and have a look, we're usually on from about 8 o'clock till about, well, the longest we've done is 30 minutes, but the more people that come and join us, the longer it will go on. That's all for now. I will see you to do the cultural show very, very soon. Bye for now.